Do you constantly feel the need to rant? If so, tread with caution. You deserve to feel some relief, no doubt about that. However, keep in mind that the story you tell about your life will inevitably attract experiences that match it. In short, you might want to consider telling a different story. That gets tricky though, because you can't lie. Saying good-sounding words won't help you if you don't believe them. In fact, it'll usually backfire. So how might you tell the story of your life in a way that won't increase the momentum of your suffering? If I were in your shoes, I might tell it something like this. Now keep in mind, this is my perspective, so it might not match perfectly with yours, but hopefully you'll get the gist of the meaning behind the words, and you can better take over from there. So here goes. I've had my fair share of ups and downs, and right now, I notice that the downs are more prominent in my mind's eye. But even though I'm currently focused more on the unpleasant aspects of my life experience, that doesn't mean I can't acknowledge many of the good parts. There are some good parts that occasionally come to mind, and I often find myself longing to feel those good feelings once again. In fact, since I felt them once before, that means there's at least a decent chance that I'll one day figure out how to rekindle those happy emotions yet again. Thankfully, I don't have to figure this all out at once. I certainly don't need to figure it all out today. There's really no big rush. I'm not on any sort of time clock. I know deep down that I'm the master of my time and that I get to decide when might be appropriate to move toward those more satisfying emotions. In fact, now that I've put my life into clearer perspective, I'm already starting to feel a little bit of relief creeping in. After all, I know I'm a good person. I know I have really noble intentions. I'm definitely more of a lover than a hater. Thankfully, I don't have any real enemies out there in the world. I generally do a good job seeing the good in others. And to the best of my knowledge, most people can tell that I'm a respectable human being. Pretty simple, isn't it? Now, let's get more specific. Say you're longing for a mate and you're having a hard time finding one. In terms of finding a mate, I haven't quite found a romantic partner just yet, but I found a few people out there that I personally admire, if only from afar for now, and that's okay. It makes sense that as I'm finding my way towards greater stability, I don't have to rush into a relationship, not just yet. I actually like the idea of keeping my options open as I discover more about my own innermost desires. After all, the more I can identify what I want, the easier it will be to spot when I actually come across it. In the meantime, my work is singular. My job is to focus inward and create a life that is best suited for me. There are several components, but the basics revolve around a body that feels vital and alive, strong and energetic, as well as a mind that's clearly in tune with my emotions, so that my mood is stable and conducive toward living the life I'm worthy of living. In addition to my good-feeling body and mind, I'd love to have some semblance of financial abundance. I like the ability to choose. I like having many choices from which to select things and experiences that I find supremely satisfying. Going along with my financial abundance, I'd love a career that really suits what I'm all about on this planet. One that aligns with some of my interests and talents, and one that fulfills my desire to be of service to those around me. In my newfound awareness of my career aspirations, I'd love to start nurturing treasured relationships with fellow collaborators, people whom I see tremendous value in and who, in turn, see value in what I bring to the table. Speaking of relationships, I love the idea of one day finding the person of my dreams. Deep down, I know my worth. I know I'm worthy of the loving relationship I seek. And even if I don't find it immediately, I resolve to demonstrate my ability to love sincerely across all areas of my life. I'm a loving person at heart. I've been told I have a big heart, and I know it's true. I can feel it. I naturally want what's best for those around me. I love seeing my loved ones thriving, It's always been in me to do what I can to support them in their thriving. But more importantly, I know that now is the time to dedicate that same care and attention toward my own development. I'm worth it. That's not even up for debate. In the past, I may have allowed distractions to get in the way of the care I deserved to show myself, and that was then, and this is now. Now I know better. I know to put my own immediate needs first. This isn't being narcissistic. This isn't being egotistical. This is me taking care of me so that I can put my very best foot forward when it comes time to help others. That's the formula. I see it clearly now. I may have gotten it backwards in my past, but that's okay. Everyone has. It's no big deal. Now is the time to direct my focus solely toward those things that are a match to my desires. I can brush everything else aside for the most part. I know the importance of my mood, that my mood is what dictates the outcomes of my day-to-day life experience. And starting now, it is my dominant intent to at least recognize that I deserve to always reach for better feeling thoughts. That's not to say I won't have down days, but I'll always remember that such moments are temporary, and that when the time is right, with a little bit of deliberate refocusing, I can manage to find a better feeling train of thought that will eventually lead me forward towards my important and worthwhile desires.